Once upon a time, in the world of ancient gods and mortals, there was a box. A box unlike any other, crafted by the gods themselves, imbued with unimaginable power. It would change the world forever, but only if it was opened. Her name was Pandora. Created by the gods, she was a being of beauty, grace, and curiosity, but it was her curiosity that would change everything. Pandora was given a box, a gift wrapped in mystery, a gift with a dark warning: never open it. The box was golden, ornate, beautiful, yet ominous. The gods knew the danger it held. Pandora's hands trembled as she held it. What harm could it cause? What could be inside? The temptation was too much, and with one fateful decision, Pandora opened the box. As soon as the lid was lifted, a torrent of dark forces, sickness, greed, and sorrow rushed out, flooding the world. The evils of the world poured forth, and with each dark force that escaped, humanity's world was consumed by pain and suffering. Chaos filled the air as the earth seemed to turn against mankind. Pandora, horrified by the devastation she had unleashed, tried to close the box, but it was too late. The damage had already been done. However, in the midst of all the chaos, one thing remained inside the box: hope. The last flicker of light in a world now plunged into darkness. And so, the story of mankind's suffering began. But even in the darkest times, hope remains the force that guides us forward. Pandora was created as part of a grand scheme by the gods to punish humanity for the theft of fire. Zeus, king of the gods, had long harbored anger towards Prometheus, the titan who had defied him by giving fire to mankind. As punishment, the gods decided to create Pandora, a mortal woman who would be both a gift and a curse to humankind. Zeus ordered the gods to craft Pandora from clay, shaping her with unimaginable beauty, grace, and charm. She was breathtakingly perfect, yet like all gifts from the gods, she carried a dangerous flaw: her unrelenting curiosity. Pandora was presented to Epimetheus, Prometheus's brother, who, despite the warnings of his sibling, accepted her with open arms. To further bind Pandora to the gods' will, they gifted her a box, a beautifully ornate container, sealed tightly and surrounded by divine power. The gods warned Pandora never to open it, but they did not reveal what lay within. The box was imbued with a dark and mysterious energy. It was a curse, but Pandora was tempted. The gods knew that the temptation to open the box would be too strong for her. Pandora's curiosity grew each day as she wondered about the box and its contents. It was said that curiosity is a powerful force, often leading to unintentional consequences. One day, unable to resist the pull any longer, Pandora decided to open the box, just a little, to glimpse what was inside. As she slowly lifted the lid, chaos exploded from within. Dark, terrifying forces surged out of the box. Disease, suffering, war, death, envy, greed, and despair, all of the evils that could plague mankind. These horrors spread across the world, corrupting everything they touched. The world, once peaceful and free from suffering, was now overwhelmed with chaos and agony. Pandora, in horror, quickly slammed the box shut, but it was too late. The evils were unleashed, and humanity's fate was forever altered. The world had now become a battleground for suffering, each human struggling to survive the consequences of Pandora's mistake. All hope seemed lost. But as the last dark force escaped the box, there remained one final thing inside: hope. The smallest of gifts, the faintest of lights, still lingered in the box, trapped behind the lid. It was the last thing left to humanity, a flicker of light in an otherwise darkened world. And so, despite the suffering that had been set loose upon the earth, hope was the one thing that humans could still hold on to. This tiny flame of hope gave them the strength to endure, to move forward despite the challenges and hardships. Hope became the beacon that guided mankind through the darkness, giving them the ability to keep going, even when everything seemed lost. It was the only thing that allowed humanity to rise above the pain and suffering. Pandora, realizing the extent of what she had done, could not undo the damage. The evils had been released, but the gift of hope still remained. She had unleashed a flood of misery, but she had also left humanity with the possibility of salvation, a gift that could never be taken away. The myth of Pandora's box explains the suffering that exists in the world today. It is a symbol of the pain and hardships that humanity faces, yet it also serves as a reminder of the power of hope. Even in the face of overwhelming adversity, hope remains the one thing that can carry humanity forward. The box, though filled with evil, contained a single, enduring gift: hope. This story shows us that suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it also teaches us that no matter how dark the world may seem, there is always hope, a light that can never be extinguished. It's a reminder that no matter the pain we endure, the spirit of humanity remains strong, fueled by the hope that we carry within us. As the centuries passed, the legacy of Pandora's box lived on in the hearts of mankind. The evils that had been released into the world never disappeared. They became a part of humanity's struggle. Disease, pain, envy, and war became constant companions, shaping the lives of every person, every community. But even as these forces of darkness spread, hope remained. Hope, though small and fragile, continued to burn in the hearts of those who refused to surrender to despair. It was the force that kept humanity moving forward, even in the face of insurmountable odds. It inspired resilience, determination, and the belief that no matter how dark the world became, there would always be a way forward. Pandora's mistake, while catastrophic, had not been without its redemption. She had given humanity something more powerful than any curse: the ability to choose hope over despair, to find light even in the darkest corners of the earth. And as for Pandora, she too would live on in the myth, forever a symbol of curiosity, of the consequences of disobedience, and of the lasting impact one action can have on the course of history. But she also became a symbol of the possibility for redemption. For even in the face of unimaginable loss, there is always room for hope. The box may have been closed, but its lesson remains open for all to learn. Hope is the one gift that can never be taken away, and it is in the darkest of times that it shines the brightest. The world may be filled with suffering, but humanity's greatest strength will always be its ability to hope, to dream, and to endure. Pandora's box will forever be a reminder that, no matter how many evils are unleashed, hope remains as the guiding force, lighting the way through the darkness.